And probably this doesn't have the link for live together, so we'll see how it comes. It's 11 p.m. and I'm gonna be here for probably the next half an hour and updating you with whatever and see the outcome of these live sessions, and we'll see what happens. So I should probably I shouldn't speak until I get people online. Hey, hi, what country are you visiting from? In the chat. This is QLA bot creating generational wealth. US? Nice. Motivate to grade. Good. Do you have a good channel? Okay, he left. Okay, that's cool. I got an answer. Hey, nice. Minnesota, USA. Are you following QLA Dan Peña methodology to make money fast? I can talk about it. Well, I'm doing it on a awesome, awesome guy. I'm doing it on a curved region. I probably don't mention the country, but I've been doing it, and I'm probably on step 4 of 7 steps, which is I built my board. I got the verbal deal with the auditing firm. I also got the deal fast with the lawyers after getting the auditing firm, and then went to the banks, interview a couple of them, started yelling at some meetings, and then I've been stuck with sellers and personal stuff. So that's the reason I'm delayed. This year was lost with family bullshit, and I'm taking legal actions to separate from them the whole close and extended family. 3 years? Oh, nice. Just going through some legal issues right now. So putting it on hold. Yeah, I'm on legal issues. Talking about with someone on Minnesota doing QLA. He's in legal issues like me. I have legal issues with the government, and also I'm putting legal cases against family members. So that's quite my update and the reason for the delays. And I'm really pissed I can't go probably to the hardcore seminar on the end of month. I was trying to go. I'm still trying to find money or get something to go and try to live the hardcore experience, because that was my plan when I arrived to the first seminar. No, I'm still a virgin, and I'm telling that to everyone, even my directors or my potential directors. I'm still a virgin on QLA acquisitions, but I'm pushing it now. I'm on a hold, but I'm interviewing restaurants or type of businesses I don't want to just keep practicing, keep getting meetings, keep getting the feeling about what I'm I have to do with big deals. There are logistics deals for 16 million, and those are the big ones I want to do. And logistics or healthcare is really small in this region, but I'm pushing right now with bullshit businesses, restaurant, pizza stores, bullshit, because I'm on hold. I'm practically living on the streets since I sold everything to be on this. But I'm moving on. Just staying in practice and doing stuff. But I hope the legal cases go on because that has been stuck for the whole year. I started litigation against my family last December, so I went dark with the whole family, and my lawyers betrayed me the whole year. So I had no money to get continue my cases, and I did some interviews for lawyers in the QLA style to for them to work with me for free to continue my family cases. So I probably found one. We're still dealing. I have to meet him. I hope this week. The meetings we're having are very distant, every 2 3 weeks, and he's going to work on delay feed basis, so that's cool. And after that, I'm gonna have some cash flow or whatever just to have a roof, have some internet, have electricity. I don't have shit. So I didn't expect the family to be so much of a drag. And it's really painful. It's like a fucking divorce for many people. So that fucked me up the whole fucking year. That the lawyer betrayal was also, I trusted him not once, twice, but 3 times, and he fucked me with time, and I wasted money thinking the things were happening, and then he lied to me, and then I find him, and then he lied to me, and I trusted him. So I was getting really fucked. So I'm really pissed at many stuff. So I get my revenge at some time with these people. But that shows you don't have to trust anyone, and with lawyers you have to have your contract. So I learned a lot of stuff this year dealing with lawyers, and for them not to fuck you over. So I think I found a good lawyer for being my personal lawyers. I have my big legal firm for doing deals. They are still with me, although I haven't done shit the whole year. And that's about it. So I'm talking with someone from US Minnesota because he's chatting. Motivate to Grade. I'm great that you are also on the third year on QLA. I started after COVID, so I'm on the same time, but this year 2025 was lost the whole year on really bullshit, family litigations, lawyer betrayals, and all that. So, and I'm I found some people who gave me a place to stay or work, so that's cool. And I don't know how much they will allow this. So I have my anxiety moving on, and after New Year's, what's going to happen. But anyway, I'm really positive because poverty is something temporary. So it's cool to know that I have all the information, I have all the proof, I got my lawyers, I can get directors. I think I fired directors in my mind, probably just sending bullshit chats like I'm pissed. But I know you can get them easily, and that's really fine. So let me read your chat. I'm doing great. Yeah. What is going on with family, and why are you mixing your dream team QLA with family or separate issues? Also, why did they fuck you? Okay. I sold my apartments to have no jobs. So we had a family house where I could live. So I took that option. But moving on with family, and I didn't know how they live, even though it was my sibling with the other persons. And there's no one here, but I'm gonna continue talking. So, or probably there's someone. Okay, regarding I got sold on QLA many years ago, and I decided I was out of money and I had 2 apartments. I sold one, and for some reason I decided to go to the seminar, and the money I earned for the apartment, I took it all to go to the QLA seminar, and so I was stuck, and I needed to figure out if this was possible. although everything is free. And so I had my one-on-one with Mr. Peña. I asked him if I needed to find auditing firms in another country because I was having trouble, and he told me no, just keep pushing. So he told me you're gonna be fine. So I came back. I managed to get a verbal agreement with the auditing firm because of a director, and I just moved on with the lawyers, and that was easy. And then the banks, I kept yelling, and I got whatever parameters they gave me, and then I continued to look for sellers. But um, in the process, I got a legal case by the government, and they sequestered my funds, my things, my accounts, all my accounts, because they don't find some money I managed for some government situation I did in the last years. But I felt proof that I gave all my financials, so I didn't want to pay that back. It was just a few bucks, and I just wanted to prove my innocence. But I forgot about that, and I had no lawyer for that. And 1 year later, last year, 2024, they sequestered my 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 assets, my bank accounts. It fucked me over, and I thought it was something temporary. So I'm gonna move on, but it fucked me really bad. I was selling the second apartment, and I had to lose money on that, giving it for cheaper, so the buyer didn't sue me, and I got few money for that, and I wanted to go to the hardcore that year. I couldn't. I wasted all the hardcore money after I got it, and then this year it's being wasted because family legal stuff. Because I was living with toxic people. That's the reason. This was a long answer for you, probably in bad English, and they didn't want to deal with um, living topics or how do you live together, and that was fucking me up. I was trying to get conversations like, hey, this is not good to be doing this, whatever. This is bad if we continue, and they didn't want to hear. So I lasted for a whole fucking year while I have government case, and I had those things while trying to do QLA deals, and that was so fucking distraction last year. So at the end of the year 2024, something really bad happened where I was living because I could foresee that. I could foresee that was coming. And that was the end of it. I decided I'm not having this. And since it's a family property, many people are owners, you could just divide everything. And I went for that legal action to divide and have nothing to do with my family members. The close one and extended ones, I want nothing to do with them. They are distraction, and they also think someone has more seniority, and then they can say more than the other younger ones, and I didn't like that. I wanted it to be something open, everyone communicates, and no one has more leverage than anyone else. And that was not understood, and the toxic behaviors were not being taken care, and I didn't like it. And these are partners in a property and many properties, and I decided I'm not dealing with these people. They don't know how to maintain the value of properties. They have bad behaviors, and I've been telling about these behaviors for months, almost a year, and that was it. I took legal action, and 12 months previously, I went to the psychiatrist and psychologist because I'm gonna read your message and answer. So I went because of my siblings to the psychologist and psychiatrist because they didn't know why I was being dressed like this and doing new stuff, and I told them, and they were worried I was selling my apartments, and just to continue on QLA, and they were worried. So they proposed me to go to a psychiatrist, psychologist, whatever. And eventually I did. And when I did go, the psychologist told me the situation. I was living in the house with the other family members, that I should probably sue them because they were avoiding me. They were not taking in account my warnings and everything. So that's the reason I also sue, because my fucking psychiatrist, psychologist told me in the first fucking session that my siblings sent me to check um, my behavior or what I was doing with QLA. Let me read the chats. 13 people here, 2 thumbs up. So this is good because, guys, I don't talk to many people. So this new YouTube feature on the phone really helps me talk bullshit, and then this probably stay offline or whatever. What did Dan say about all this? Thank you for sharing. Say about what? Because I just went to the seminar and I was sleeping a lot of the time. I traveled a long way to Scotland, and I'm not good with the cold. I was freezing. My mind was not in the seminar. I was sleeping, and and what I want to say is that I didn't want to go to the seminar, but I went because I wanted to go afterwards to a hardcore, and probably this month is the last hardcore, and I didn't meet that dream or objective. And I'm trying in these fucking days to find money to go and pay it with some director or some crowdfunding or whatever. I'm trying to see what I can do. But Mr. Peña told me that it is possible to do. It's harder because the region is really small where I am, and this is where I am, and so I cannot change it yet. I could probably travel afterwards and do it somewhere else, but um, he answered the only question I asked, that if it was possible where I am at, and he told me yes. So I think the QLA is universal. I think QLA doesn't need to be adapted for any region, because the fundamentals of it is fundamental human characteristic. If I'm um, getting myself explained, this is someone doesn't want something of value, and you offer to pay it to him. This is really simple. And although I'm where these people are helping me here to stay and use internet, electricity, and whatever, I'm trying to grow their business by acquisition. So in this industry, I'm looking for opportunities. So for them, I'm working in some sort of acquisition initiative, but they want to tropicalize the QLA methodology. And I told them I'm not going to do that shit, because I've been for 2 years tropicalizing this bullshit, even lending money to the sellers, even agreeing for bullshit and wasting time. And I've lost time, money, and I'm not changing a bit QLA anymore. I treat bad the sellers. I tell them they're liars. I tell them they're bullshitting. And it will be the same for directors or for lawyers or whoever, because we are working on the truth and the honesty. And if they want to sell, they need to show the numbers. And if they don't show the numbers and financials, they're not fucking selling. So I've been dealing with that in the last months. I've been here and helping for a sort of acquisition on this industry where I am at. But this is meanwhile just to keep practicing and trying to help. But these people are proposing me to adapt it a little bit, to find some investor with money, and to find a way that people give the financials, and by telling them, yes, we have money, but the reality is we don't have money, and neither them and neither I. and I'm using the QLA methodology, and I'm not gonna change it just to please a fucking seller who wants money. If he wants money or he wants to sell, he shows the financials and will do whatever with the bank or not to buy his business because he's motivated. And that's the thing I'm um, trying not to change ever again about the QLA methodology. Even in this tropical zone, tropical area, I don't think anyone needs to adapt QLA methodology because it's universal. So I hope that answers the questions. And let me know where there are people here, or just one person, what country you are. Hola, Spanish or English, Jesus Pray. Hello, okay. Well, I can speak in Spanish. I talked to a seller who was motivated, but he got uncomfortable when I talked about the financials. Then he never got back to me and sold to his employee. Well, the reason they are hiding the financials is because they are robbing the government, they are robbing the business. They are not establishing real transparent processes of the business. And if they show it to you, it's a weakness. They will show the weakness, and they are afraid that with that weakness, you will hammer down the price. And that's the reason they don't show the financials. So I had 2 weeks ago, a couple was selling their businesses, not even in the millions. I'm looking for $1 million businesses, but they're not in this industry. I'm helping the people here. And I asked for the financials and their government taxes, and they promised it a week later. A week later passed, and I start talking to them. And where are the financials? And they're like, okay, we want to know who is gonna buy. Okay, I'm telling you that these people, whatever, they have experience. And then the next day, they don't answer. Another day, they don't answer. And then I'm like, what the fuck with these people? So I chat them. Hey, 2 weeks, 3 weeks have passed. Where are the financials? Are you lying to me? You don't want to sell? What the fuck? And they're, oh, we don't want to sell, sorry. What the fuck? You made me ask about my directors, and you promised this, and now you're not motivated. So I grabbed the phones from the business because the employees didn't know they were selling. And what I did is, you know, this business is for sale, and your owners are fucking liars. I don't like liars. So I sent the employees the screenshot of the uh, business selling because they were secretly selling, and that was my vengeance, to say at least. But that's the reason they don't give you the financials, and you just need to move over. You need to treat them bad initially if they don't show it immediately. You just need to have volume. This is a numbers game, Mr. Peña says. So don't despair. And if you just want to have some trigger time doing interviews and not getting financials, that's okay, because probably you can find out about the industry by going for a meeting and not asking with financials, but you just get information. That's good because you probably learn something, or you probably get a deal in another industry because you are asking about buying businesses, and opportunities will come, or deal flow will gather more deals. But the thing for sellers is, are you selling? Give me the financials and the tax returns. That's the immediate thing without meeting. That's my model. But you can do also the meeting and asking the financials to be handed over, and that's another way. But that's the no bullshit way, even without NDAs, and just proving they are motivated. And when they share the financials easily, it's because the business is a piece of shit, and then you don't want it. But there are so many things, but this is fun. This is really fun, although I'm really on a low because I'm practically um, mourning the death of my relationship with my family. But and last last night, someone called because I don't have the numbers that probably one of my sisters was in the hospital, and I don't know more about it. I don't know if it was a joke or it was a wrong call, but it was my nephew saying, "I'm your nephew," but he didn't say the name. So how and when to do an NDA? Well, the sellers will be wary of giving financials to strangers. So you will tell them, "Oh, we got an NDA," but in this corrupt land or region, they, yes, this is blurry, Cecilia. I'm not showing my face. I'm gonna be a multimillionaire, and I don't want my security to be compromised. And the NDA, you can offer it, but I'm not offering it anymore at the start because it's a bullshit game from the seller. Because if you give it to them, they will have a paper or a document from your very fancy legal firm, and you just gave some value. And then, hello, hello, Cecilia, todo bien. I can speak in Spanish if you want for a while. And then the NDA, which is the non-disclosure agreement, is a bullshit technique from the seller. But you can give it or offer it or tell them to send them their NDA so they prepare and waste their resources with lawyers. And they're more engaged in giving the financials if they have all that bullshit. So don't give your NDA, don't offer it. Tell them to send the NDA so they put the energy into that if they are not trusting you. So the NDA is only if they don't trust you and you just signed and they know who you are and at least they have some figure in which they will probably sue if you don't keep the information secretly. So that's the thing. Okay, Spanish. Well, okay, Cecilia, you're being a hassle right now. Okay, so the NDA, don't give it away. Ask for it if they don't trust you. So you're okay. So you got your board. I'm talking with someone from Minnesota. If anyone is here and want to chat, and do you know what we are doing here? QLA, Dan Peña, money fast, a lot of money really fast, buying companies. You can chat. Me, yes. Celia Isabel Santa Cruz. ¿Quieres hablar español? What the fucking language is this? Yes, Celia. I hope you're beautiful. Espero que seas bonita. ¿Sabes de qué se habla aquí? QLA Bot, Dan Peña, crear riqueza generacional rápido. No. Bueno, busca Dan Peña en español para que sepas que hay un viejo de 80 años que enseña a hacer dinero rápido comprando lo más grande que hace el hombre, y eso son las empresas, comprar y vender empresas. Y lo puedes hacer incluso si eres tonta, estúpida, como pareces, y si no tienes educación. Así que te recomiendo que busques Dan Peña en español. Yo tengo mi canal donde traduzco todos sus seminarios al español. Busca QLA Bots con la S al final. Casi como este, pero ponle una S al final, ¿ok? Okay, I'm back to English. There are 3 people here and 3 likes. And okay, guys, this is gonna be 30 minutes. I hope this is okay. I'm just testing this, and this is good for my psychological and mental health. Okay, guys, Minnesota, we'll see you. Motivate to Great, great name. Okay, ya me voy. Chao, adiós a todos. Take care. Fuck up, YouTube. Bueno, sí, voy a hablar español ahora. Ok, I'm back with Spanish. Estaré en español. Celia, ¿qué quieres hablar? ¿Qué edad tienes y de qué país? Hola Celia, habla, edad y país. ¿Y a qué te dedicas? Ok, busca Dan Peña en español, no sé si es contenido para tu edad, así que está bien. Bueno, tienes que ir a dormir, Celia. Tal vez es tarde en tu país y tus papás te tienen que poner a dormir. Chao. Mucho dinero, bastante rápido. Dan Peña en español. Chao.